Welcome to Take It from the Iron Woman. My name is Susanne Müller, your host and the Iron Woman. This podcast is about empowering yourself and others to make real changes in the world. You will hear from everyday, smart, sophisticated, hip people like you and me. Not everybody has to be an Iron Woman to impress the world. Together, we will learn from the sports and business leaders how you can become a more successful person as an entrepreneur or a leader. It's one step at a time, one day at a time. Take your steps now. Take your big steps now. Join me on this journey to success. Take it from the Iron Woman. We have a repeat guest. Laura is with us. Laura, just give us an update where you are, who you are, and what's happening in your world.
My name is Laura, and I have a company called LeveledUP Experiences, which helps women get out of their comfort zone in order to develop tools for exceptional breakthroughs in life. Sounds super badass, which is exactly what it's supposed to be. I live between Mallorca, Spain, and New York City, so I have a beautiful balance with that. The pandemic was tough, but things are coming back fantastically now.
I'd like to hear that. Tell us about your company. The last time we spoke more about Lipstick, the triathlon company that you're heading up, but now something new and exciting happened. And I want to hear about the trip that you did in Morocco.
That was basically our first one, called LeveledUP Experiences. Before that, it was always about sporting events and triathlons, and all of our travel was based on some kind of event that the women would sign up for. Then we decided to pivot in 2020 and change the focus so that it was more like group fitness classes in the morning, adventures in the afternoon, and parties and celebrations at night. That would be welcoming everyone and all levels. It wasn't about, oh, you have to do a triathlon when you get here or you have to run a marathon. But Team Lipstick definitely had a huge influence over what we do with LeveledUP Experiences, because it is about doing things that when you complete them, you feel like a rock star, feel like you can take on the world. Your abilities and your skills just are enhanced, and you feel so much more confident. So the pandemic was tough. We did some tests, some virtual events on Zoom, and we did these quote unquote weekend getaways for women. We tested out all of the things we wanted to do. And then Morocco just happened this past November, and it was absolutely incredible.
Give us a flair for the listeners. I followed you on Instagram and I was like, wow. I think the experience in itself is fantastic. But as an entrepreneur, I also want to hear like the planning and the logistics. Sometimes you forget that, right? On Instagram, everything looks fantastic. Congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. It's especially when an event is new. I've been living in Mallorca for 5 years, but I've been traveling here for 13 years. So I know Mallorca. I could put an event together in a couple of days. But Morocco was completely foreign. It took a really long time. The preparation, part of it is fun because I never bring women to a location that I haven't visited and tested. Part of it is fun. I went to Morocco for 15 days and traveled all over the country and just experienced everything, and then chose the best of the best to launch for the women. But it is a lot of work because then you sit down and you have to put together a schedule that is welcoming to everyone and that includes so many different elements. And we look for non-touristic experiences. We want to do things that you never would have even thought about. We also like to surprise you. One thing that we ask is that you trust us and just come along for the ride. When I say, here, put this headlamp on and follow me to the van at 9 o'clock at night, you say, okay. But the preparation, it takes so much time, as I'm sure. I sit at my desk and go back and forth through details like for hours.
But that's what the success is. A friend of mine always says, if it looks easy, there's a lot of planning and preparation behind it.
That's absolutely true. Because if they show up, and I also do custom events for clients, and if they want a car rental, I go to rent the car for them and I stand there with the keys when they arrive so they don't have to go visit the car rental location. Little things like that. And like you said, oh, it looks so easy. But meanwhile, I went through the process for you.
How many women did you have in the Morocco experience?
In Morocco, we had 18. 14 of them came from various locations, mostly New York City, because that's where my network is. Mm-hmm. But we also had women from Florida, women from Luxembourg, women from the UK. And then 4 of them were from Marrakesh. They were people that I met along the way in my planning stages, women that I met. And I invited them to come to part of the event. And it just added so much to have locals hanging out with us.
I remember you posted one picture of a cafe and you wrote a story. Tell us a little more about that. That was so cool. I think that was at the beginning when you arrived before the group.
Was I by myself or with friends?
I think it was just before the group arrived. You were in a coffee place and it says it's owned by women and I'm supporting women.
I always try to go for hotels that are owned by women or villas, because our event, we always have exclusive accommodations. So there's no one else with us. It's just our villa for the week, or it's our hotel for the week. That's one of our signatures. And I just don't want other people hanging out with us because we vet our clients. You literally have to go through a process to be included on our event. For Morocco, we turned away 2 women. It was about energy. I really needed the right energy.
I want to know about that. You have a checklist. Would I qualify? What are you looking for?
You would qualify because I already know you and I know you're amazing and I follow you as well. I'm just looking for women who will say yes, who are willing to try something new, who are willing to get a little uncomfortable, who like working out, training their bodies. Like one of the women we turned away, she was, I don't work out, I don't train, that's not my thing. So I won't do that portion of your event. And I said, well, then probably it's not the event for you, because we're going to wake up every morning and do some kind of physical activity and you to sleep in every day. It's really just a willingness. If you step up to the plate, I'm happy, but I don't want to have to push you to the plate. Just step up to the plate and say, I'm in, and I'll take it from there.
This sounds fantastic. And I know I saw your ad or whatever we want to call it. And I was like, I want to go to Marrakesh. And it did not fit into my schedule. Please post the stuff earlier if you have something.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we're working on that. We're actually announcing all of our trips next week.
Tell us about the events in 2023 so I can populate my agenda.
I will. It would be my honor to have you. You would be such an asset. I do look for women who are strong and positive and optimistic and curious. That kind of personality fits well onto our events. But in 2023, we're doing Majorca and Formentera, 2 of the Balearic Islands. Majorca, where I live, and that'll be a predominantly hiking event and adventures in nature. And then Formentera is the smallest of the Balearic Islands, but absolutely beautiful. That is a walking or running event. There's 5 races throughout the week, and you can choose to walk or run. But either way, you're going to get super fit. Then the other highlights are Tuscany and Morocco.
So you're going to duplicate the Morocco experience again? Oh, wonderful.
It's already half sold out, and I haven't even put it on the website yet. Just from the last event, I have so many women who are willing.
I think people are looking for something. So you don't want to do the touristy thing. People have been in Paris, London, the regular touristy spots. How do you find those extra special nuggets that you then offer to the fantastic women?
Sometimes it's a place that I'm interested in. We're looking at Jordan now. This is not something that's ever been on my radar, but it's really exotic and beautiful. And it just seems like we can fit our brand into that atmosphere. Sometimes it's the place itself, and sometimes it's just something that exists in that place. Potentially there's some kind of canyoning and coasteering and mountain adventures that you can do in this particular location. We'll choose that. Or just something like staying in monasteries that are wildly historic and have amazing environments and just surrounded by nature. So that sometimes it's like Tuscany is not a very exotic place. It's very common. Everyone's been to Tuscany, but we try to find the little spot. Like one of the villages we're staying in Tuscany, there are 17 residents. So it's tiny, but there's something really special about it.
Don't give away everything. There should be some magic.
No, we like to surprise people. I think it's really fun when you show up and you don't know exactly what to expect.
Yeah. It's trusting you. Some of the women, they know you already. Like me, I follow you, I see what you do, or you have also people who don't know you.
It's both, but it is predominantly women who've traveled with us in the past. We have a lot of repeat clients, and right now we're still a small company, so that tends to fill up our events, just the women that I've connected with over the years. But we always have about 20 to 30% new women. I sometimes joke that my job is to hit on women all day because I look for the type of energy that I would like to have on the event. And I reach out to them and I say, hey, I love what you're doing. Would you consider coming to my event? Just being a part of it and contributing your energy. And sometimes I get lucky and they sign up.
Why not reach out? Instead of waiting that people come to you, you're proactive and you're looking for the people. I have to say, as a busy executive, I have a friend and she's a travel agent. So I reached out to her, said to her, hey, can you book me a trip? It was to Mallorca with my mom, with my nephew. And she says, hey, Susie, this is so easy. You can do it on your own. I was like, you don't know. I don't want to do this. But I think when you're so busy, I'm happy to pay a little more when everything is organized. I want to travel. These are the dates. These are the people. This is what I'm looking for. Give me something rather than I have to do everything. I like as an executive coach, I'm always organizing everybody's life when I travel or also when I visit someplace. I have to admit, I do not like buffets. Why? Because I have to go and get the food. I like to be catered to. Now I sound like a drama queen. I'm absolutely not. But it's just something that when I go to a restaurant, this is when I enjoy being taken care of. I enjoy being on a tour, looking around, or just sitting somewhere. I don't want to organize anymore.
I totally understand that. Luckily, there's people like me who happen to really enjoy creating the experience but it's always different. Sometimes I have clients who want to come to Mallorca and they want to lay on the beach all day and have their dinners in the city. Then I have clients who want to sleep in a monastery and have their dinner in a cave by candlelight. So you just get to create something that they're blown away. I think a vacation it can be your time to relax, escape, and disconnect. Maybe that's all it is, but it can also be your time to level up or learn something or grow or make new friends. Part of Leveled Up Experiences guarantee is that we connect you to a fantastic community. Our 4 pillars are fitness, adventure, community, and travel. And community is probably the best part. It's just like the Morocco women, we created a WhatsApp group for them to speak privately and get excited for the event. And then during the event to share photos. Well, they haven't stopped talking. And that was 2 months ago.
Well, you created magic. Well, one day I want to be with your group. I hope that it is one day very soon. Also, I think it's that rejuvenation and you feel like you're with other women who are maybe at your same level. So with the fitness, with the travel, the community you build, then the adventure is something magical.
It's definitely all about if you want to achieve something in life that's really hard, you want to step up in your company, you want to get on stage and speak to a room full of 1,000 people, you want to do something epic, but you're nervous or you're not sure if you can do it. You need women or friends telling you, you got this, you can do this. You need that push, you need that community, and you need to gain confidence in yourself. So that's what hopefully our program does for women. Hopefully we will have you on board this year. I think it would be great.
Okay. I'll check my calendar and I put it on my wish list. All right. Thank you so much. Good luck. Happy New Year. And
Happy New Year to you.
Safe travels. Thank you so much.
You so much.
Always an uplifting experience. Are you ready to travel? Are you ready to travel with her or with me on the podcast? Take It From the Iron Woman. We have episodes every Monday. Also the book, Take It From the Iron Woman, Global Business Coaching with Sports Parallels. Join us, follow us on all your preferred social media platforms. Thank you for your support and see you next time.